Welcome this week to Wistmans Wood. So this has been on my list for ever. As far as I've been doing photography for, this has been on my list. I've been told by many that this place is really difficult to take pictures. We have come in the heat wave and already we're getting a lot of glare. So what we're going to do is we're going to head into the woods. We're going to be careful because it's a protected area. So we're going to be careful, probably not go too deep in. But we're just going to go in enough that we've got a lot of the shade of the woods. And then we're just going to pick out little bits and bobs. And I'll show you how I'm getting the compositions because it is just a complete mess in there at the minute. But you've got all these like lichens hanging off the trees and things, so we're going to focus on that. I'll use a 50mm lens and blur out all the background and aim for these lichens and things and the mosses, and any cool shapes we can see we'll get right onto that. So let's go and have a little explore and see what we can find. It doesn't help that we're here on one of the hottest days we've had this year. I think it's about 33 at the minute, and there's no clouds in the sky, nothing. So I'm having to angle the camera down and take the sky out of every shot I'm taking. There are some really interesting things like this tree here that looks like some type of weird, God knows, animal with legs coming down. Like I've spotted that. This tree here looks cool from around the other side, and there's like a big guardian tree there hanging over the top of it all. I have noticed that down the bottom where the river is, I've noticed that the whole like landscape changes the further you go down the hill. There's less boulders for one. So I think we're going to stick to the top apron of the wood because that's where the boulders are, and that's what I want in my shots. And hopefully all the gnarly trees are on this top section. So we'll just make our way out now and up further north from the trees and just see what's on the top end. So we'll meet you up that way and I'll talk you through a composition or two. That's really nice. Right, so we've just been approached by a couple of rangers, really nice guys. If they do see this, you were sound. They did tell us, advise us not to go in. They've had a lot of people going in lately and it does say not to go in. The part that we were in before was right on the edge of it really, where I was talking about those two trees that I liked. He's happy for us to stay on the edges and just use long lenses. This isn't mega long, this is the 50mm for now. I'm just trying to capture this tree just through there. I've just got a nice composition on that. I'm centralising the trunk and the rest of the tree just splays off in every direction, but because the sun's up here, it's just catching it to the side. So yeah, this tree here, so they're all oak, well the majority of them are oak trees. And I was told that they were only like yay high. It was just like a little oak grove. But over the last 50 years, they've really sprouted up. because of the climate change. So who knows, in another 100 years these could be bloody massive. So I'm just going to use the light and just capture little bits and bobs, and I'm going to use the 50 to zoom in on some lichen, the likes of this here. I'll zoom in on stuff like that, but I'll try and frame it with something behind it. So I'll get on and taking this one here, and I'll put it on the screen for you now. So now that I've managed to get that composition, everything's opening up now. I've seen a little composition just ahead of me. I'm using symmetry as best I can, really. So I've got one tree in the middle, and then we've got this on the side that looks like some weird creature. I don't know what that is. And then there's a tree on the left just to frame it on the edge. And then we've got the boulders in the foreground. And then when I turned that way, I've got another shot here with symmetry. These trees are framing the boulders in the middle, and the light at the minute is obviously it's terrible having light with no cloud, but it is catching all the leaves and lighting everything up. It does look quite good. It is really, really difficult, I must say. Joe Weaver and Martin, absolute 100% true. It's really, really difficult. The other thing, which obviously I'm an idiot, it's the middle of summer. It is August. So this place, although it's really full and vibrant, and you know, the leaves are looking really cool, I'd say late autumn, winter, when it's misty and quite bare, then you'll see a lot more of the trunks and the branches. Because as it stands at the minute, it's just a green wonderland. So it's really difficult, but I'm sure, as you've seen by the images, I've kind of done the best I can under the circumstances. Oh, there's dragonflies. I'm not going to lie, it's so hot, I can't breathe. So yeah, we've come down to this outer section here. This is at the very far end of the woods. Yeah, can't even think, it's too hot. I'm just thinking of the steak and chips at the end of this trail that's going to welcome us. But yeah, I've noticed a couple of cool trees here. So I've got the 80 to 200 on, and I'm also using the 50mm. So there's this one here in front with a little curved broken branch on it. I do like that. So I'll zoom in quite tight on that one in a portrait. And then I'll do a landscape of it with the 50mm and try and get the ferns in the background and put that on the left of frame, just framing the rest of it. And then there's a couple of more little images. Then we've got the lichen on the trees. So I'll go ahead and take a couple of these, and when I've got 3 or 4 images, I'll put them up on the screen for you. Well, there you go. So that was Wistmans Wood, or the best of what I could do with it, really, in the conditions. I think it's going to need a lot of editing. To be honest with you, a lot of toning down more than moving the sliders up. I think I'll be sliding them down. But yeah, it is a beautiful place. But I've come at the wrong time of year. But, you know what I mean? It's 5 hours from my house. We were 3 hours down south doing other stuff with the family. So thought we'd shoot down and give it a little look. So I'm glad I've been. It is very mystical. It is very beautiful. But I think it's going to need a return job in late autumn, maybe. Winter time. It'll be lovely in the snow with mist and stuff. That'll just be beautiful. But yeah, so hope you've enjoyed it. Please subscribe, like, comment, and I'll catch you next Sunday when I've cooled down a bit and I'm back in Wales or somewhere more cooler. So see you again. Bye now.